Good morning, Mets fans, and happy Monday. Happy third day of autumn, and it's going to be 90 degrees today here in Pennsylvania, so absolutely, positively feels like the first day of autumn. Doesn't feel like in just 7 short days that the Mets 2017 season will mercifully be coming to an end, at least as far as the weather goes, but I can tell you for as far as I'm concerned, this season hasn't been able to end soon enough for the last 5 weeks. 7 games left to play in this miserable season in Citi Field for 4, and then in Philadelphia for 3 to close out the year against the Phillies. The Mets have a doubleheader today, and that'll be fun. Single admission doubleheader for anybody going to the game, which is kind of cool, kind of old school. But you know, honestly, I don't care about these next 7 games. I instead want to talk a little bit about this past weekend. As I'd mentioned last week, I was on the field on Saturday before the game for batting practice, which was cool. I've never done that before. I thank my friend Mike Cohen for that opportunity. I joked with him, and he joked with me that next time he gets the chance to do it, we'll try to see a team other than the 51s on the field. But that being said, it was very cool. I did get to talk to a couple of the younger players, Seth Lugo, Robert Gazelman, Chris Flexen, and I think my favorite and everybody's favorite of them all, Brandon Nimmo. You've heard all of the things about Nimmo on Twitter and every place else about what really just a phenomenal person he is. And man, watching him interact with fans during BP for the better part of a half an hour straight, he's just a great guy. I mean, clearly he's a great guy. Very friendly, very positive, big, huge smile. It's nice to see a guy like that. It would be nice, rather, to see a guy like that find some sustained success in the major leagues. So I'm going to throw up a video here in a second of my view of batting practice, which was kind of cool. So I hope you like it. It's also worth noting that I did get to see Terry Collins too. I didn't get him on video, and I didn't get to talk to him, but he was right there too, and he was very gracious. And you know, as the season winds down and as Terry's career in baseball, at least as a manager, comes to a close, I think it's worth pointing out that he does not deserve the blame for this season's outcome. And I know a lot of Mets fans have a lot of vitriol toward him, and it's unjustified as far as I'm concerned. And I've said this many times before, but Terry deserves to go out with his head held high, and it's just unfortunate that this is the season that he's closing out his career with, because again, he deserves much better, in my opinion. And again, I know a lot of people disagree and can't stand him, but you know, it's one of those, again, as far as I'm concerned, scenarios where you don't know what you got till it's gone. And I think the Mets are going to miss Terry Collins' presence in the clubhouse, not necessarily his in-game strategy or the lack thereof. And he's never been a great in-game tactician, but that's not everything that comes down to managing. You've got to be able to control your clubhouse and motivate your players. And Terry's been here for 7 or 8 years now. And this might be his 8th season, but anyway, in the course of his career as the Mets manager, taking the players, the quality of the players and the quality of the games aside, even when the Mets were out of it in the early part of Terry's tenure, and in this particular season, the players all play hard, and they always there are very few scenarios where you see a Mets player not playing hard, and that to me trickles back to the manager, to the work ethic that the manager instills in these players. And you know, I think Terry deserves a lot of credit for that part of his game, and I think that's going to be missed when he hangs him up at the end of the season. So as I said, 7 more days. I will be back tomorrow, probably with a recap of today's doubleheader. We have, I think Chris Flexen is pitching today. I did get to talk to him also, now that I think of it. Chris Flexen is pitching, and Rafael Montero is pitching the other part of the game today. So let's hope that the Mets can at least take one of these 2 games against the Bravos. 4:10 start for Game 1, and Game 2 will start shortly thereafter. So thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. And as always, let's go Mets.